Welcome to the GESDA Summit interview series, and we are speaking with Ambassador Alexandre Fasel, Switzerland's Special Representative for Science Diplomacy since June 2021, and recently appointed State Secretary of the Department of Federal Affairs. So you have a new and very important function in Swiss diplomacy. How will that change your role with GESDA? Because you are the link really between the political world and GESDA.
Let me start by saying that science diplomacy is really here to stay within the greater economy of things of Swiss foreign policy. If you flick through the foreign policy white paper of the Federal Council for the years 24 to 27, you see that science diplomacy, anticipatory science policy, and even GESDA is mentioned all over the white paper. GESDA is mentioned 6 times as an instrument of Swiss foreign policy. So I remain closely associated with anticipatory science diplomacy and with GESDA because they are mainstays of what we want to achieve, of our instruments of foreign policy. And I have been invited as a standing guest of the board of directors. So whenever I have time, I will attend the meetings so that I can remain in a close relationship with GESDA. And I have also designated colleagues at Foreign Affairs who will closely accompany the work of GESDA for me.
So you have a very close relationship with GESDA from the very start. What major advances do you feel that it has made?
What I find particularly encouraging and gratifying is that we now see that what the ambition was, what the plan was, what the vision was, is now being implemented. GESDA is exactly there where we imagined it would be. It does exactly what we imagined it should be doing. And so that is a testimony that we had thought it through well enough in advance so that the concept, the vision, the mechanisms were correct and are now bearing fruit.
And what advances do you see in your particular field, science diplomacy?
Science diplomacy really in international relations and in diplomacy is a growth domain. There are many different activities, many different states, international organizations that are into science diplomacy, but there are also many different kinds of science diplomacy that are oriented to different goals. What I find particularly interesting is the positioning of GESDA in anticipatory science diplomacy, building upon a sense of anticipation of what is to come in terms of scientific breakthroughs and technological evolutions, and apply them to the global conversation around the question, how are we going to organize the global commons? And that methodology, this kind of work, is typical of GESDA, and there GESDA is really positioned, has a unique position in this big community of science diplomacy, which is very diverse.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Fasel.
Thank you.
Thank you.